Good morning and happy Transformational Tuesday. Going to be real quick. I want to touch on the subject of breaking the habits of ignoring red flags. Now, this is talking about relationships, friendships, the choices you make, and how when you recognize the thing that you ignored, that it's time to be very mindful moving forward. So like I said, I always tell you, I'm going to talk about me. I'm not going to talk about you. You take what you want out of something. I've had several conversations, and for me it is something that has been heavy weighing on me, how we ignore the little things. Something we don't like in a friendship or relationship, in a situation, whatever it is, we don't like it, but we glance over it, and then that thing gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Let me ask you, why is it you ignore that thing you don't like? When you ignore it and you don't address it and it gets bigger, it's your fault because you continue to let that crap go. But if you address something and you tell somebody, I don't appreciate this, I don't like it, and they keep doing it, now people are crossing a boundary. But here's the thing. Why are you continue to allow that to happen? Why are you not taking the time to stop and say, I don't have to deal with this. I don't want to deal with this. Now, some people want to deal with somebody else's crap, but have you ever been in that place where you retold a story and you feel like, I'm going to just say a dummy? You feel dumb because you stayed in that situation knowing that it wasn't going to get better, that it continued to get worse, but you still stayed. Sometimes we have to understand that we get signs, and those signs that we ignore, they don't go away. That feeling you have that something isn't right doesn't go away. And I'm going to tell you, firsthand, I know that a lot of the things that I've allowed to happen in my life, I can't blame anybody but myself because I allowed it to continue. When I said something, you back in the day, okay, it wasn't that far, but back in the day, I would be like, I'm not dealing with this anymore. And then what do I do? Still stay, still deal with it. And then now it's like, man, I look back, I'm like, what the hell was wrong with me? And there's nothing wrong with me, but I just chose to make me less of a priority than the other person. I made somebody else more important than me. That's what I told myself. This person is more important than my feelings. I suppressed my feelings. I allowed the crap to continue because it was okay, but it wasn't. It is never okay to allow somebody else to continue to do things that you don't like. So I'm going to ask you today, be very mindful. I'm not saying uproot your whole life. I'm not saying change your address right now, but be very mindful of the things that you're allowing to happen. And then sit and ask yourself, pause, take a breath, and ask yourself, do I want to continue down the same road? Do I want to be here in a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, a month, a year, retelling my story and being upset of the outcome or the things that I continue to allow? Because what you continue to allow will continue to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And all you're going to be doing is complaining. All you're going to be doing is retelling a story that I'm so sick of this. Remember, those words too, they start to fester. Being sick of something is telling the universe, I want more. It doesn't know that that word is destructive. It doesn't know that you don't like it. Your complaining just gives you more. So today, choose to put you first and how you feel, regardless of what anybody else thinks. That's the key. We have to be willing to show up for ourselves regardless of what anybody else thinks we should be doing or how we should be showing up. I hope that whatever it is I said today helped somebody gain a little bit of clarity on what and how you should show up for yourself and what you should continue to allow that you don't have to. Things that no longer serve you don't deserve a place in your space.